Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5. And in fact, welcome back to this mod that we checked out very recently. In the previous video that we did of this mod, we checked out all the different variations that you can get. So this is, for those of you who don't know, a recreation or pretty much just like a revamped and enhanced version of the BF Surfer from GTA 5, and they've made so many different versions: pickup truck versions, police van versions, fire truck versions, fire van versions, tow truck versions, camper versions, standard versions, pickup versions, flatbed versions. I'm sure I might have missed a couple said a couple twice, but there's a lot of versions. If you want to see me cover all of those, there will be a link in the description below where you can go and check out the previous video for this. But today I want to go deep in because we didn't check out the multitude of tuning parts that came with that mod. Because obviously there was so much to check out, it had to be spread over 2 videos. And so in today's video, I'm going to be doing some modifying of the camper, then one of the van, and then we're just going to do one of the pickup truck. So we're going to have 3 builds in total for you guys today. But before we do, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links to my Twitter are in the description below, as always. And also, I've got a new channel, Figureight Plus. If you want to see me building custom Game Boys or building mechanical keyboards or any of that sort of hobby stuff that I do in my spare time, there'll be a link to that channel in the description below as well. So, let's just get on to modifying this thing. I'm going to try and find a nice place to park. I'm going to vote for this guy's driveway if he's got a nice big spot. Actually, it might be a little cramped around here. It's a little cramped around here, I'll be honest. Do you know what? I'm going to kill the guy because I'm not happy with that. Right, so just go ahead and spawn in. I'm going to start off with the basic surfer van. And here we are with the van that actually comes spawned as the lost van. These do seem to spawn in quite randomly. So I'm just going to go and reset that just so we don't have to look at that livery the whole time. Because I want to start off basic and then we'll move our way up. So let's start off with actually the bigger details. Then we'll move on to the Benny's Lowrider mod section. Because as you can see, we've got a lot to cover. So we'll start off with spoilers. So we have stock, then we have roof rack. This is actually going to be mostly just like roof edition. So we have the roof rack, then we have that with the surfboard, then we have the heavy roof rack, which has got a bunch of suitcases and bags and stuff like that on it. Then we have the weekend roof rack, which is just a sort of one that's just got fewer bags on it. Then we have the off-road roof rack, which just has this one that spans the whole roof of the van and got these nice little fog lights on the front. Then we have the big roof, which looks like some sort of high top fade thing, like an old Will Smith haircut from the Fresh Prince days. Then we have that in color as well. I mean, it's just to give you more headroom inside of here, isn't it? Although I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually matter because the roof is cut off anyway. It's just going to be like an extra bit. Yeah, as you can see, you don't really spot any difference inside the van, but I guess that's what it's originally supposed to be for, to give you more headroom. Then we also have, for some reason, an absolutely massive spoiler in either primary or secondary color. Now, I don't really know what I want to do with this, but as we've already got the camper coming up, I don't want to go for the full camper look. So I could make this into an off-road thing. Then I'll make the pickup truck. I don't know yet. There's so many options and routes that we can take with this that I have no idea where we're going to go. But for now, I'm just going to keep it with the off-road roof rack because who knows where this is going to go. So then moving on to the front bumper, and we have quite a few options as well. We have the stock in chrome. Then we have the classic bumper, which gets rid of that bit in the middle, which looks really nice. Then we have that in the painted, in primary or secondary. Then we have the speed bumper, which is, interestingly, it's just that with a I don't really understand why. I mean, what do I gain from that as a speed bumper? What is that venting exactly? Because the engine's in the back of this thing. So I don't understand that at all. But we have that in primary and secondary if you want to go for a grill on a bumper look. Then we have the fire truck bumper. This is obviously because the fire truck and stuff are tied to some of these mods, so some of these are going to be quite specific. Then we have the nothing, which just gets rid of everything. Then we have the trophy bull bar, which is going to look pretty cool for the off-road look, which I think we might go for because that looks looking pretty rad. Then we have the Bombero bull bar, which again looks really cool in primary or secondary color. I'm thinking, I'm stuck between the trophy bull bar or the secondary bombero for this one. I don't know. I'm just going to go for the secondary bombero. We can easily go back and change if we find things don't match later on. So on the rear, we have the stock chrome. We have just the normal painted primary color bumper. Then we have the secondary color bumper. Then we have the fire truck bumper. Again, for the fire trucks, not really going to suit this one in particular. Or we can just have nothing. Now, I am actually thinking already of going back and changing this. I'm going to go for nothing on the front, nothing on the rear even, and then on the front I'm going to go for the trophy bull bar, just to make this a bit more of an off-roader. Then on the skirts, woof, you really see the shadow when that goes over the sun on that thing. So we have the stock skirts. These are actually going to be some mud flaps, so we have these in the stock, or they have them with the BF logo. I'm just going to go for that with the BF logo. I think this is going to end up being some sort of off-roader style version, which is weird because I don't think I've ever seen one like that before. Then on the exhausts we have the turned up. Woof. Okay, let's just start. Let's just start from the beginning. Let's have a breather. Now we've just seen that. We have the stock, just the nice, thin, simple one. Then we have some sort of vuvuzela coming out the middle. Then we have the side rear exhaust. That's cool. I like that. That's pretty simple. Then we have the double one on both sides. Then we have the Fister exhaust, which is, of course, because you can get these people put Porsche engines in them. That works pretty nicely. I like that one. Then we have the racing style one, if we wanted to go for like a full race style thing. I think I'm actually going to make the pickup truck or flatbed, whichever one I choose, to be a racing one. I think that could be quite a good look. Seems that's going to be lighter. Or we have the turn signals turned into exhausts. That's cool. I like that a lot. I mean, if this is supposed to be an off-roader, what would be the right thing to go for here? Because, I don't know, maybe something like the stock would make sense, perhaps. But I like that because also it clears it out of water, if that makes sense. So if this was some sort of like all-terrain style one, this would also keep the exhausts up a little bit higher. So I like that idea. So I'm actually going to go for that. Then on the chassis, it's just a case of having a roll cage, which is going to add in a full roll cage into this thing in the secondary color, which is pretty nice. We'll go for that. Then on the grille, we have the stock grille, which is actually, I think it's just going to be badging, looking at these names. So we have the stock BF badge, then we have the nothing or the D badged, then we have the big BF badge. Again, this is actually 3D as well, like the original one should be. Then we have that in the primary color, that in the secondary color, and then we have the peace badge, of course, like you would also find on some of these old camper vans. But I think for this one, I might just go for the big BF badge in the chrome, nice and 3D. That's pretty solid. I'll go for that. Then on the hood, which is going to be at the rear of this, because this is a rear engine air-cooled vehicle, we have the stock. We have the slightly open, just to give it a bit more air cooling, I guess. We have the fan bonnet, which definitely, I think, makes it look a bit more utilitarian if we're going to go for this sort of like rugged look, even though that does sort of poo-poo my exhausts trying to clear water thing. Or we can just have nothing and just have the whole thing open. I like the idea of the fan bonnet as some sort of like utilitarian thing, so I'm going to go for that, even if some logic has been sort of, you know, not everything is logical. I'm just going to go for some sort of feel and look. Then onto the fenders, we have the stock fenders. We have, oh god, what the hell? We have the big race fenders. I mean, if these work on the pickup truck, that is going to be a winner. Oh my god. We have the RW fenders. The raw Velt fenders? Really? Like a raw Velt begriff style camper? Okay, then we have the rear fender cover. Oh, or we have the full cover, like some... Oh, that might work for the camper van. Actually, I quite like the look of that for the camper van. A slammed camper van, of course. But this one, I feel like I might have to go stock because I don't really know what else I can go for. Having this sort of makes it a bit too showy and a bit less utilitarian. And I'm not really sure about that. So I think I might just go for the stock because I want to have some bigger off-roader wheels and this is going to be lifted in the end. So actually, on this case, I'm going to keep the stock fenders. On the roof, we've got the stock roof, we've got the San Andreas style, which is, oh, I see. So that's supposed to be some sort of callback to the San Andreas style BF Surfer. Then we have the classic style, which has the whole top end. This is going to be secondary color. Of course, I love that you can completely change that look that ties between primary and secondary color. That is cool. Then we have the VE style. Ooh, so this is not even livery based. This is just changing how the primary and secondary colors work, which is something we don't get enough of, by the way, with cars in GTA 5. We need more of this. Then we have the panel van. Okay, now we're talking. Or we have that with the different options. I think we might have to go for this classic style. I mean, what's the V style? It's pretty interesting as well. I might go for the V style. I'm going to go for the V style, or the 5 style even, to make this a bit more like the thing that we have from this version, the original one. But as a panel van, oh, this is, oh, okay, so, well, I mean, ultimate spy vehicle. In this case, it's windows on the inside and not on the outside. Very weird. But yeah, I'm going to go for that because that's pretty cool, even if it is a bit unnerving that you can look through the window and see out. That is very weird. And then we can upgrade the engine, the brakes, the transmission, the suspension. Oof. Okay. Of course, naturally, as a slammed vehicle or a vehicle famous for being slammed, this does have many suspension levels that keep going all the way down. Whew. Okay, without having to use V-Stancer. Why is it on this path every time? Well, anyway, this is going to be lifted, but I feel like, does the suspension changes actually make it stiffer, or does it really just lower the suspension? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to assume it makes it just a little bit stiffer, which will also help us so we don't get any protruding of wheels inside of bodywork or anything. So I'm actually going to slam that for now, but I will be lifting it back up with V-Stancer in a second. But we aren't finished yet, because we have the whole Benny's Lowrider mod section, and of course we've got paints and wheels and liveries to go through as well. Good God. Okay, so on the plate holder, this is actually going to be on the rear, so we have the options of rear Europlate, which I think doesn't really mean anything because we've changed all the rear. So these, oh yeah. Oh, that's awkward. I think I should have done the details first. Okay, I'm going to reset that back just so we can have a look at this. So we have the rear Europlate style if you want to go for that. Or that's just the Europlate set, so that'll also be on the front. Ah, look, there you go. It's on the front, as you can see. Or we can just have nothing and debadged. I'm going to go for the stock, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to go back, go to the hood, and stick that fan bonnet on. Although, definitely, I feel like we should have had the option to have the plate at least underneath or somewhere else, because now it's not really road legal. Oh well. Then, for the vanity plate, which isn't, we have the spare wheel, or we have the air intake on the side, or we have the spare wheel and air intake. Now, I know that I want to change these wheels, and I don't think this is the same. I don't know if... Hang on, I need to test this. If we change the wheels, what happens? Okay, it only changes that, not the one on the rear. So that's not entirely what I want, because obviously I want to be able to have that matching, and so I'm not going to go for that. But I will go for the air intake, because that's pretty important on a vehicle like this. We want to have some good airflow. Then on the trim, we have the roof lights. So we have the dispatch horn. Oh, I see, but that's not really going to work well with this roof rack, so we won't go for that. Then we have the roof light, which again doesn't work with those lights, but does look very cool in primary secondary color. Then we have like a mix of those with the horns, and then we have a visor in the primary or secondary color. None of those work with that roof rack in particular, and I don't really think they work with the build of being an off-roader, so I'm just gonna keep it stock, I guess. On the seats, let's just get inside here. So we have the stock, which actually are very dark looking seats. Then we have the beaded seats. Ah, beaded seat covers, that's a classic. Or we have the bench seat. Oh, now that's nice. That's what should have been the original one. That suits that front so much better. But I think that's going to work better for the camper. So I think we might have to go for the racing seats on this one. Oh, look, we've even got BF Surfer style seats. That's cool. We've even got that working. In fact, they look almost Recaro-y. We also have the iron seats. Very low texture, not really sure on that. I'm going to go for the racing seats because they look cool, nice, high quality, detailed. And of course I've got the cage and everything else. It's pretty much a utilitarian sort of off-roady style vehicle. Then on the plaques, which isn't plaques, this is going to be Safari windows. Ah, okay. Interesting. Although, I'm noticing that there is still glass on the original. So, something's amiss there. We have to get like the glass from that to add this, or can't have that. But that is a cool addition. Then we also have the front ladder, which actually I think might work because this is quite utilitarian. We might go for that. We have the spare wheel cover. Oh, no. We might go for something like this. Or we have the spare wheel just open on the front. And then we have the options of those with that as well. I think it's a toss-up between the ladder or the spare wheel cover. I think I might just go for the spare wheel. I'm going to go just like that. Perfect. Then on this is going to be some more options for roof racks. This is weird because we've got like multiple roof racks going on. So that's not really going to work. But we could have that. It's sort of a roof rack on a roof rack, isn't it? But they aren't intersecting. They do seem to coexist. So actually, I'm going to keep that just because it makes it look a bit more... I'm also thinking like Paris-Dakar, but not so much. On the engine block, this is going to be some options of the engines. We just sort of pop ourselves in here. There we go. We'll just get a nice sneak peek. So we have the flat 4 clean. Ooh, okay. Or we have that in primary or secondary color, or we have the flat 6 version, which is obviously supposed to be more like the what's called Porsche engine. So I'm actually just gonna go for the clean, just because it looks nice, but we don't really know because it's hidden. Then on the air filters, oh, we've actually got some more stuff going on in here. Okay, so we're gonna have the stock. Then we have, ooh, we've got these and the little filters. We've got the cones or the trumpets even. We've got the big filters, and then we've got some matching ones for the flat 6. Let's just change to the flat 6 so we can see. Ah, look at that, full radiator and everything. That's pretty cool. Primary and secondary color. We'll definitely use that for the racing build though, that's for sure. But for now, we'll just go for, I don't know, the big filters. They're pretty cool looking. There we go. Then for the arch covers, this is actually going to be lights paint, interestingly, which doesn't really work when you consider this exhaust setup that we've got for these lights. So that's going to have to be a miss. Oh, mind you, we could have that in chrome, although it is chrome already. So that's not really anything. Actually, no, wait, that's because that's not the light paints. That's lights visors, which I think is for the front. There we go. That's why. Then we have the early lights. How do they change? Ah, I see. So it actually just gets rid of... Ah, that's supposed to be like the early model ones. Okay. Then we have that painted, or we have that in secondary, or we have the early ones with the visors. Then we also have the SA style lights. Oh no, now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's a bit more like it. So we're going to go for that. I think that's a mistake there, having those lights underneath there. But it would have been nice if we could have just had those round ones with the indicators as well. Or we could have nothing. That's funky. I'm going to go for just that, because it looks clean, it looks classic, it looks lovely. We'll take that. Then we have the aerials, which is going to be some lights. Ooh, okay, so we have that light. We have a shovel. Where's that situated? Ah, look at that down the side. Spare fuel tank. Gonna be in the back. No, where's the spare fuel tank on this thing? Oh, it's there. I see. Okay. Then we also have the fuel tank with the shovel. The shovel is elsewhere now. Where's the shovel gone? Okay, I don't know where the shovel went between those two. Or we just have the fully equipped, which... Oh. Okay, those two are definitely bugged, I think, because those two are the same. But I actually just want to go for that light on the front, I think, because that's just really cool. I like that. Or we go for the shovel. Seems like it's supposed to be an off-roader. Let's go for the shovels. Okay. Then the trim, we have the ventilatory device. Ah, yes, that's like the old style, sort of like air conditioning sort of thing. That works. We'll go for some of that. Then on the trim, this is actually going to be some more lights. Ah, look at... Oh, okay. Rally de Polito and the fog lights. Or we have the... Oh, yellow fogs. I like that. Or we just have a single fog on one side. I'm going to go for the single fog on one side. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. And then on the doors, which is going to be mirrors, we have the options of just this one big mirror on the driver's side. We have the little race mirror. We have another race mirror, primary and secondary colours. Then we have the Fister mirrors. Then we have the roof mount mirrors, tiny little things, or we have nothing. So I think I might just go for the big mirror. Yeah, I think that's going to work. And actually, it ends up not being lopsided because we have this on this side and that on that side. So it still looks like there's stuff sticking out on the windows or doors of those two front bits. So that works. And there we go. Now, we also do have liveries, which I have a feeling might clash with the fact that I've changed this primary and secondary colour. Let's have a look and see. So we have the stock. We have... Ooh, yeah, it's getting a bit odd. Okay, we'll persevere. So we have the Fister style one if we want to go for that. Then we have... Oh, no, they do seem to work. It's just going to have to battle with the fact that I have changed some of the original paintwork styles. So we have that with the checkerboard roof. Then we have this one, the glasses. Moon glasses. Oh, okay, it's supposed to be like moon, I guess. Although they are definitely the those meme glasses, aren't they? Then we have the number 8 in the French style flag. There we go, a nice racing one. We have the Douchemeister Redwood racing style livery. Then we have another racing style livery. Is this, I think actually we've got an Italian flag going on with some chilies. Then we have, ooh, look at that. I like some old style stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Motor oil, 0, gasoline. Number 9. Ah, look, we get to have post op that's supposed to be like the Deutsche Post thing, I guess. That's pretty cool. Then we have the Douchemeister. Then we have just, obviously, because these are notoriously hippie vans, so we've got some weed-based ones. I do love this Cool Hand livery, though. This Cool Hand livery is pretty damn cool, although it does definitely clash with our paint scheme going on here. Then we have this, which is some sort of, ooh, Yeti written on the top. Very interesting, again. Then we have this that's also just got some leopard print. It does also say Yeti on the top as well. Very interesting. Then we have the Lost style one, which also, interestingly, this is tied to the primary colour, so that does look odd unless we were to change to black. Then we also have this one, which just has some stickers on the back. Los Santos Panic, Arrow, Cherry Popper, Vladivostok, City of Los Santos. That's pretty cool because it's just sort of just like random. If you're a travelling person, you just want to stick stickers on the back of yours. That works. Or we have the Army style one, Zancudo, with the Army flag right there. And as you can see there, which obviously would look better if we didn't have cream as our primary colour. There we go, Los Santos Special Forces, or National Forces, I think that says. Then we have this one, which just ties over the original paint, which is pretty cool, so we can change that quite a lot. Some sort of casino-based livery. How many more of these are there? There's quite a few. Then we've got this one down here, just the mouth on the side. We have 20, which is going to be BF. Again, these are just, what does that say? The Burgerfahrzeug. Oh, it's full Burgerfahrzeug. Again, would be a bit more noticeable if I didn't have cream paint, but you can see the livery right there. And that is it. Actually, that is all of them completed. Right, what's going to go well for this? Oh, I just noticed that this 0 one actually has stuff on the back as well, which is pretty cool. So I think I'm going to go for this one right here, because I just want to add some stickers at the back. Nice and simple. Onto the wheels. Let's just go for off-road and find something nice. Oh, them. Instantly. Done. Now to find some paint, because I'm going to end up just liking the original paint, I have a feeling. Well, actually, I think because this is off-road and utilitarian, we can go for utility or worn or matte, I think, for this one. Maybe worn? Yeah, I think this might be suited. Right, let's just try and find some nice colours. Actually, I did like the original colours, and so what I've done instead is I've just gone for the 2 worn variants. Worn red and worn off-white. Maybe there was actually a different one that we could have gone for. Let's go for worn. We have the options of white or off-white. Actually, the white looks pretty nice. I'm just going to go for that. Okay, that works. That works. And then it's just a case of going to V-start, so jumping out this camera mode, otherwise we're going to break stuff. And let's just go to the suspension menu, and I just want to get that sitting up a little higher. There we go. And we bring this rear track width out. In fact, we can make them also a little bit wider, I think. There we go, get a bit of wheel width. Maybe a bit bigger wheels. These are pretty small wheels. There we go, we get all that matched. And a little bit wider, seems they are pretty big. And then we just go to some front track width. Bring that out a little bit closer. We're still pretty low, actually, considering. We could get this even higher, I guess. In fact, actually, I'd want to try and make this more natural height. So I'm actually going to just adjust the height of the suspension itself to try and keep that bit underneath from not looking too separated. There we go. We'll knock that up. And then the same on the rear. Knock that up. Right there. Actually, that does sort of bug out. That's always my fear. No, that seems to work. That seems to work. And there we go. I think that's actually a perfect fitment right there. Maybe we'll get a little bit more track width. How about that? And there we go. That is that first build done. Now, I do believe that there are some slight differences to the tuning of the camper version. I'll have a look, and if I do spot any things, I'll point them out. But otherwise, I'm just going to do the next two builds as time lapses because we've already spent quite a lot of time already just looking through the parts on this one build. So, I'm just going to now jump into the pickup truck. We'll save the camper till last because I want to try out a racing pickup truck style look. So let's give that a try, and let's see what happens. Okay, actually instantly, just as I was about to start doing this build, I realised that there are actually some unique stuff that goes with the pickup truck included. So, I just want to quickly run through these. So we have the canvas support in like 2 different colours. Then we have this with the actual canvas on the top in 2 different colours. We have a closed canvas version. I love that even these have all different ones. We have fencing along the side. We also have this one with the rear wing, of course, naturally. Or we just have that with the cover over it. We also have a matching pickup roll cage as well. If we actually just go back to that. Look at that, we actually have a full cage for that as well. That's pretty sweet. Well, anyway, I need to continue on with this build, so let's just start the time lapse. Okay, and here we are done with the second build. Now, there's a lot that's gone on with this thing. I almost made this some sort of like brushed aluminium thing, and then I accidentally went to matte black, and I was like, whoa, I've got to have that. This thing is so mean, and it almost gives me the chills. There's like no lights going on in the front apart from I wanted to have these 2 yellow fogs, because I think that just adds to the meanness. Look at that thing. I've gone for the super wide arches. I've gone for some wide tread, wide wheels, proper racing wheels. I've gone for the big spoiler just because I wanted to sort of fit the whole thing, the whole theme of this. Again, I've ended up going for the fan things because obviously it's a rear engine car. I've actually put in, inside here, I have actually put in the Porsche engine. And so naturally you need as much air ventilation as you can get to that thing, with all the radiators and everything else going on. So that's why I've got it like that. It is proper racing. I've got racing seats going on in the front here. But look at that thing. Absolute mean. Also, I've just gone for these Vista style exhausts on the bottom there. I've just pretty much tried to make the meanest looking race truck you can get. And I think I've succeeded. And I really want to drive this along, but I want to have all of these 3 builds completed and done together. So I'm just going to hold it back for now, because I want to do one more build. Let's go get the camper and get building. Okay, and here we are done with the camper. I actually want to do one more. I've discovered another build that I want to do, and so I'm going to do a 4th, but I just want to show you this thing. So I've just gone for this proper blue style thing. It's also got a blue bench seat. We've also got this sort of like green and floral style back going on in here. For the extra camper things, we've actually got this little Nordheim roof bit, which is just increasing the roof height in the middle, which also comes with these as well. There's another bit that we can add with those windows that are open. And I've just gone and slammed this down. I've gone for the simple bumpers. I've gone for the peace badge because why not? And I've gone for this blue and white thing. I've actually gone for pretty solid thick colours because I just think it looks sort of quite 50s looking. So that's the sort of theme I've gone for. And I've just got rid of all of the arches and just hidden the wheels as much as possible. Also gone for the BF Camper rear bonnet as well. As for the lights, I wanted to go for these round ones again because I think they just look better. And then, even though these were broken on this one, these ones did actually work with those indicators as well. So got all those working. And there you have it. This thing looks like a loaf of bread. But of course, there are some campers out there that are as low as this, and so I wanted to have an ode to them. This thing looks absolutely ridiculous. Right, one more build, because I'm really curious to see what it would look like if I just actually made a full Fister style one with like a raw Velt Begriff style kit. So let's give it a try. Okay, I just spawned this in and just realised I was so close to the camper, it actually just got rid of it. I'm so bummed about that because I just spent all that time building it. Oh, God. There's always a downside to GTA, and that's definitely one of them. Cars that disappear. Right, anyway, let's get this build done. Okay, and here we are done with our final build, and of course I had to throw some stance in somewhere. This thing is ridiculous. So I've gone for the Fister livery. I've just gone and actually cleared this out just so you can see that this is actually a Porsche engine. I've gone for the Porsche exhausts. Actually, there's a tow bar there I could probably go ahead and get rid of as well. And I've gone for the colour-coded lights on the front and rear, as you can see, just so they match all the colour. This Fister livery also added this white to the top, which actually looks perfectly fine. But I made sure to add a black stripe to the bottom of the Fister livery right there. And of course, I went for the raw Velt Begriff style arches and bumper and everything else. And then I just got these wheels and made them super wide. And made this whole thing super low and super stanced. And we ended up with that. Now, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below which one of these is your favourite. Okay, is it this awesome but very understated but still very cool off-roader style build? Is it this absolute stealth monster race truck? Is it this proper show car stance one? Or is it the camper van that sadly despawned while I was spawning this in, but we did actually check out? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But that now marks, just ticked over 1 hour and 10 seconds on this recording. It will be knocked down, obviously, with all the time lapses and stuff, but that is one very long recording session. My throat is pretty raw. Let me just find the button to get out of the car. And I just want to go over to this and race away in this, because this thing is an absolute animal. Because, of course, I have actually made this with the Sultan RS engine sounds. I will do one extra, though. I will just go ahead and knock that torque multiplier up to about 4. HP up to about 2. We'll stick a bunch of numbers in there so we never end up topping out. And here we go, ready to rip up the streets of San Andreas. It's actually still quite slow. That's how slow this car was before, that adding that much just made that little difference. 10. Yeah, okay, actually, do you know what? I don't think I even modified this one, did I? Oh no, I have actually put everything to race transmission. Okay, it's just quite slow even with all that, but there we go. There is our racing camper pickup truck. So much detail in this mod. Absolute brilliant. Definitely a contender for one of the best mods of 2018 in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But that is going to be it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting and subscribing. Don't forget to check out my new channel, Figureight Plus. There will be videos soon if there haven't been already by the time this video goes out. I've definitely been recording stuff. I've just got to spend time editing it and put it all online and stuff, along with all the other stuff, because I seem to be balancing way too... I mean, I was struggling to put content on this channel. Now I've got like extra channels that I've decided to put content on, and also extra content for like Red Dead Redemption, all this sort of stuff. So yeah, it's turning out to be a bit taxing, especially I'm doing this all on my own, editing it all on my own. I don't really have any other staff or anything, it's just me. Anyway, that's it. You guys aren't interested in that. I'm going to leave you all. And actually, if you've got all the way to the end of this video and you really want to let me know, you've actually watched the whole thing yourself. You haven't skipped through any parts. You've watched it from start to finish. I want you to let me know by saying freeway entrance in the comment section below. But there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you all next time. My throat is gone, so I'm going to go now. Goodbye!